Yes, my people, I'm back with another one again. Now, listen, I could not end this weekend and not talk about Agit Kabayel. I mean, wow. A new star has arrived in the heavyweight division. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I know you're going to say your Enzo, but he's been around though, man. Why are you so late? Nah, listen to me. I've known about Agit Kabayel. People have told me about Agit Kabayel. Do you know what I mean? I'm always talking to my friends. We're going back and forth about this guy. But you know what? Last night against Zhilei Zhang, I was really impressed, man. Like this guy, yeah, when it comes to that body work, he's relentless, man. Absolutely relentless. Like he absolutely battered Zhilei Zhang to the body. To the point where Zhilei Zhang was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm out of here. Like, I'm not even going to get up from this knockdown. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was just lethal. Absolutely lethal, bruv. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, the amount of punches, like the volume that Agit Kabayel throws to the body. It is just crazy, man. And you know what? Yeah, listen, this guy is the real deal, man. He's the real deal. And how old is my guy? He's what? 32 years old, 31 years old? No, he's 32. Listen, he's just coming into his prime now. Do you know what I mean? He's coming into his prime. And I feel like that statement win over Zhilei Zhang, do you know what I mean? Now he's got everyone on notice now. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people now know more about Agit Kabayel. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe the hardcore fans knew about him. Like when I talk to hardcore boxing fans, they knew about this guy. They knew what he's capable of. Do you know what I mean? But now at that stage, Riyad season, beating someone like a Zhilei Zhang. Don't forget, Zhilei Zhang is a big name. Do you know what I mean? From China, massive market. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people are watching that fight, a lot of casuals. And Zhilei Zhang, he made a statement. Listen, when you get an opportunity in life here to make a statement, go out there and get it. And that's exactly what Kabayel did. He made a statement. He made a big statement and he's put everyone in the heavyweight division on notice. Now everyone is thinking, yo, do I really want to fight this guy? Do you know what I mean? Do I really want to risk my position? Because everyone in the heavyweight division right now is playing for their positions now. No one's trying to lose their position to like not a big name. Do you know what I mean? Because these guys are looking for the big names. They're looking for the Dubois, AJ. They're looking for Usyk, even a Parker now. Do you know what I mean? And even Zhang was amongst that, but I think like his stocks dropped now. Do you know what I mean? A lot of these guys in the top 10, top 15, they want to fight the big names because big payday. Big name equals big payday. Do you know what I mean? And Kabayel, I'm not sure you're going to get a big payday with him. But what you are guaranteed to get is an ass whooping. Do you know what I mean? That's exactly what you're going to get, especially with the relentlessness that he throws shots to the body. It's scary. He reminds me a little bit of Andy Ruiz. You know, Andy Ruiz, like with the fast hands, goes to the body, goes up top. Like he reminds me of Andy Ruiz, Kabayel. He does, but the only difference is Kabayel is more disciplined. He looks down to earth. He looks like he's focused. On the other hand, Andy Ruiz just reckless guy and he's not disciplined. Eats all the burgers in the world, especially when he made that big money against Anthony Joshua. He just lost his way, buying Rolls Royces everywhere, and he's never really recovered from it. He never took advantage of the opportunities and the blessings that he got. Do you know what I mean? Like, kind of just faded. He let other addictions get to him. Do you know what I mean? But Kabayel, he looks focused. He looks real disciplined. And yeah, man, listen, this guy is a problem for anyone in that heavyweight division. I'm being for real. He is a problem for anyone in that heavyweight division. And you know what? I'm just going to look at the CompuBox numbers here because it's crazy the amount of shots that he threw to the body, yeah, it's crazy because listen, when you are fighting someone like a Zhilei Zhang, yeah, we know Zhilei Zhang we know his weaknesses. Do you know what I mean? We know Zhilei Zhang's Achilles heel is his cardio, his conditioning. He is terrible. He's probably got the worst conditioning in the heavyweight division. Let's be real. This guy can't fight past the 6th round. Do you know what I mean? Once he goes past the 6th round, it's like he's swimming against the tide. He's in deep water. Do you know what I mean? He just hasn't got the endurance. He never will. You know, like the truth is, Zhilei Zhang will never have the endurance, the cardio, the fitness to get him right to the top and win a title. Do you know that? Like that's just that's one of the limitations that just has derailed his career. You know, because imagine Zhilei Zhang had the cardio, had the endurance, the fitness and everything like that. With that left hand, he would have been a bigger problem that he is. He would have been a bigger problem, a bigger threat to the rest of the heavyweights out there. Do you know what I mean? But unfortunately for him, he got into boxing a little bit late. He's 40, 41 years old right now. So I don't really see where Zhilei Zhang goes from here, where he goes next, what's next for him, because now everyone just knows that, listen, you go in there against Zhilei Zhang, you survive 5 rounds and he'll fade, and do you know what I mean? You can get him out of there, or you can outland him and win on points because he just hasn't got the cardio. But hey, Kabayel still had to go out there and handle business, and he had the best tactics. Do you know what I mean? He invested in the body early on. And one thing I like about Kabayel as well, I want to get to my concerns about Kabayel, but one thing I do like about him, he kept going forward. He kept the pace up. Like the intensity and the pace was crazy. Zhilei Zhang, I think Zhilei Zhang was like, oh my God, what the hell have I got myself into? Because from round 1, the pace of that fight never suited Zhilei Zhang. Zhilei Zhang had no chance. Now, Zhilei Zhang, he's used to heavyweights starting a little bit slow against him. Do you know what I mean? From round 1 to 4, they're testing each other. Do you know what I mean? Jab here, backhand. They're just doing a little testing that. But Kabayel was right on him, right on his chest from the start. Stayed real close. He was pushing Zhilei Zhang back, and Zhilei Zhang is the bigger guy, throwing relentless punches to the body. It was crazy. I'm going to read out the CompuBox numbers, yeah? So according to CompuBox numbers, yeah, Kabayel threw 171 punches. Out of the 171 punches, he threw 96 to the body. Out of the 96 punches, only 2 of them were jabs to the body. So that means 94 power punches thrown to Zhilei Zhang's body. Do you know how crazy that is? It just shows you how relentless Kabayel was throwing punches to Zhilei Zhang's body with absolute venom. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was digging in that body really, and you can see by the markings on Zhilei Zhang's body, like, he was battered, he was beaten up, man. Do you know what I mean? And with someone like a Zhilei Zhang, who you know hasn't got the endurance, who you know hasn't got the cardio, investing in a body early, that's the way to go about it against Zhilei Zhang. That's how you handle business against Zhilei Zhang. Because he just sucked the air out of my guy. Zhilei Zhang was breathing out of his ass after the second, third round. He was breathing heavy, mate. Plus the pace of the fight, the intensity, the level was kept so high by Kabayel, yeah, that Zhilei Zhang just couldn't do anything about it, man. It just could not keep up with the pace, even though Zhilei Zhang did get the knockdown in the 5th round, yeah. But you know what, I tell you what, I was really impressed by how Kabayel managed to get off the canvas. Even in that round, came back at Zhilei Zhang. He started pushing Zhilei Zhang back. He started working to the body again, throwing combination after combination. The volume was relentless. Do you know what I mean? That's what really impressed me about Kabayel as well. That now I know, you know what? This guy, he's got that dog in him. Do you know what I mean? When things get tough, he'll get up, he'll bite on that gum shield and go again. And that's what I like about fighters. That's the type of fighters that I like, because some fighters, they get knocked down, things are not going their way. You know what I mean? They drop their hands, their head drops, and they just lose their way. The game plan is out the window. But Kabayel is able to recover, weather the storm, and keep going. And also it shows that he had no respect for Zhilei Zhang. And the only thing is, I'm going to say a little warning to Kabayel. One thing I noticed, yes, I'm praising Kabayel for being brave. I'm praising Kabayel for going forward, yeah, and not really being afraid of what's coming back here. That's all right when you got someone like a Zhilei Zhang in front of you that you know is gonna fade. Now, when you start going up a bit against the Daniel Dubois, Joseph Parker, Alexander Usyk, these guys are elite, innit? World-class fighters, yeah. And if you're relentlessly going to the body, one thing I noticed about Kabayel, he did leave himself open for the counters up top. He can't afford to do that over Daniel Dubois, who packs a punch. Do you know what I mean? And Daniel Dubois is not going to fade like Zhilei Zhang. Alexander Usyk is not going to fade like Zhilei Zhang. Joseph Parker is not going to fade like Zhilei Zhang. So just a bit of caution there for Kabayel when he does step up and fights those more elite fighters in the heavyweight division. Do you know what I mean? He might just have to just tuck in a bit, have a more secure guard. Do you know what I mean? Protect himself a little bit better, because he did get knocked down. Do you know what I mean? He did get knocked down by Zhang, but even Zhang, when he knocked Kabayel down, he's a bit tired already. Now, when you got like a fresh Dubois in there or a fresh Parker, who their fitness is really good, cardio is good, great endurance, they're not gonna let you get away with certain things in the fight. So that punch that they land, you might actually go to sleep. So for Kabayel, just a little bit of caution, just tighten up that defense a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it could be just the fact that he didn't have no respect for Zhang in it, and he knew Zhang will fade. So if I have to up the pace, I have to have a high intensity to get this guy out of here. Maybe against a Dubois, Joseph Parker, Alexander Usyk, he might play a bit of a smart game. Do you know what I mean? He might not be that brave to go at them and not be afraid of what's coming back. Do you know what I mean? So he might actually throw a little bit of caution to the wind and fight a bit more smart. But I'm sure he's still going to be relentless to the body as well. Yeah, man. That's just my little advice to Kabayel. But overall, man, great performance by Kabayel. He's really announced himself. And listen, man, the future's bright for this guy, man. He's got everything going for him right now, and he's going to get those opportunities, especially with Turki Al-Sheikh, on the scene. Yeah, he's going to make sure that my guy gets a big fight next. And I think that's what's coming up for him next. I really think it's going to be Joseph Parker. That's just that's just what I think is going to happen, because I don't see Joseph Parker getting a title shot against Usyk or Dubois. I don't think they're going to rebook that. I think that water's kind of under the bridge now with Daniel Dubois. I think Daniel Dubois moves on and fights Usyk in the summer. That's what I think. So it leaves the door open for Kabayel versus Joseph Parker. I think that's a great matchup. I think that's a good fight. And they should make that happen next. But listen, let me know what you think of what you thought of the Kabayel performance. Do you know what I mean? Are you impressed by him? How do you see his future? Do you think he's going to go far? I certainly do. But let me know in the comments. I'll really appreciate. And yeah, man, I'll leave it at that. I'll be back tomorrow to cover other fights that were on that card as well. There were some great fights on our card, man. Boati, Callum Smith. I really enjoyed that fight. I want to talk about Shakur Stevenson against the kid, the Padley, who did really well. I'm going to cover that. There's some things I just want to say to Shakur Stevenson that I think like he needs to improve if he wants to become a pay-per-view star and get the big fights. I want to cover that as well. So overall, it was a great card. And there's so much more, man. There's so much more I need to talk about. But I'm going to leave it at that for today. I just didn't want to end the weekend and not talk about Agit Kabayel. But listen, please go ahead, smash the like button. I really appreciate that. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because that's how you're going to help the channel to grow, man. Thank you so much for watching EMGM Sports. I'm your boy, Enzo. I'll be back with another one real soon. Until then, stay blessed. Peace.